Phase 7 is the due diligence and inspection period. In this video, we're going to discuss the cost of going under contract and some common inspections you should be aware of. We're also going to have an overview of the inspection process and some other items you should research during your due diligence and inspection phase. After you deposit your earnest money, the next thing that's going to take place is the inspections and due diligence phase. You as the buyer get to conduct whatever inspections you want on the property so long as we've outlined it in the offer. You as the buyer are going to pay for these inspections, and the cost of these inspections is non-refundable even if you decide not to purchase the home. Payment for the inspections are paid at the time of the service. I have great local general home inspectors that I work with. You can use My Trusted Inspectors, or you can select your own. My Trusted Inspectors are used by most all of my clients for the same reason that My Trusted Lender is used. My clients love their service. When you have a full home inspection, you can expect to visit the property in person or over video call closer towards the end of the inspection to chat with the inspector and visit the home again. There are many inspections available to you as the buyer during your due diligence and inspection period, but the most common inspections that occur here in Oregon are going to be the general full home inspection, which is typically $500 and up, depending on how large or complex the property is. You have the sewer scope inspection, which is typically $250 or up, and the radon inspection, which again is about $250. Depending on the property and how deep you want to dig, you might want to consider some other inspections. Things like tree inspections for those trees that are close to the property, mold inspections if the full home inspector spots any signs of mold, an oil tank inspection for older homes that don't show any evidence of decommissioned tanks, and so many more. If the property relies on well water, you can get that tested, and if there's a septic tank, that is definitely worth investigating as well. For properties that were built before 1978, you might want to consider running some lead tests, and if you're a bit fuzzy on those property lines, you can also have a survey done. Now, the smart move here is to start with a full home inspection, and then based on whatever that uncovers on the interior of the house, the inspector can point you in the right direction for further specialists to come out. Now remember, going under contract on a house can get very costly, but it's important that you have money set aside so that you can do all of the inspections and due diligence on the house that you want. Now let's shift gears to the broader due diligence that can be conducted during the inspection phase. This is your time as the home buyer to research the home and the property as much as you want. I can't do that research for you, but I can point you in the right direction for answers. I'm going to send you an email with all of the info during your due diligence period, so don't worry about remembering it all. Just remember that going under contract does not mean that you're married to the house just yet. Every house has its quirks. The inspection period is your deep dive to make sure that you are good with the property as is, where is. It might feel overwhelming with all of the inspector's notes on the inspection report, but I'm here to help you make sense of it all and decide whether to request additional repairs or not. If things don't sit right with you during the inspection and due diligence phase, you have exit routes. Whether it's an inspection issue, HOA quirks, or if your financing takes an unexpected turn, you are not stuck. There are contingencies built into the contract to give you, the buyer, an exit if you need one. And in most cases, you are going to keep your earnest money deposit if you back out during the inspection period. Please continue watching the next video in this series, which is Phase 8, Buyer Repair Requests.